Yeah, welcome to day 9 of making my content. So today I learned on growing and sinking. Now I will explain growing first. Growing in software development is a situation whereby you have a huge box and then you have little containers that you want to put in this huge box. So now you have about 11 of these little containers that you want to put in this huge box, and you start putting them. It got to the 10th container and you discover that the box is already full, and then you need another box to put the next container, which makes it 11, but you cannot have another box. So what the computer does is that it creates another box for you to now put more of the containers for you, instead of you having to put only one single container into that box. You have a bigger box to put like 20 containers into that box. This is what growing means. It then means that when you are writing your codes, there are pieces of code that you need to put in a particular format, but you can't put it because it's already filled up. So you need the computer to now create a platform where you have to put more other extra code. Even if other software design comes to work on your code, like they have other places to put that code. This is what growing means. There are places that are open for you to put this other code that you have, that when this other box is already filled up. So this is what growing means. Now shrinking. What does shrinking means? It means that you have, just like I said before, you have a huge box and then you have 3 containers left. It will not make sense for you to now have this huge box and you are now carrying 3 containers. So what do you now do? In that format, you either give these containers to someone who has a huge box and its containers that are already full, and there's some containers to fill up his own box. So you take your own containers and give this other person to put in his own box, so that you don't have to now start wasting this whole box, carrying it along. It's now being a baggage to you, so you have to walk empty. Then it then means that you take up this your codes from here and put it in someone else's boxes that are free, that you can be able to work with, and then it gives you the liberty to do other stuff. It then means that this aspect is called shrinking. You are not shrinking, going down to 0, because you have huge container and you don't want to get trouble accumulating more spaces on the website. So this is what it means by growing and shrinking. So what does this mean to us now? This means that you don't have to worry about the data storage. Your data storage is being handled with like the space in which you put your code. You don't have to worry about it. You just have to allow the computer system handle the space that you put your code. No matter how big your code is, your codes are these containers that you have. Now the boxes are the storage capacity. You can write about 1 million codes, 10,000 codes, and you don't have to get bothered about the storage, because your storage data takes cognizance of that, and then the capacity at which you are writing this code, it's being taken care of. So this is what growing and shrinking means to the computer software developer. So intrinsically, what does growing and shrinking means? Growing and shrinking means for software developers that when you are writing a bulk of code, tens of thousands of codes, and you don't necessarily need to be bothered about the capacity of the code. You don't necessarily need to be bothered about the storage of the code. Your software or your data storage takes cognizance of that and then gives you a better storage for that. All you have to do is to continue writing your code, because where it is saved is being taken care of. That is what it means by growing and shrinking. So it then means that when this capacity is filled up, when this storage is filled up, the system takes it from here to a more empty space, and then if you need it back to this place and that the space has been created, you can have it back here. So I hope with this I will be able to help you understand what growing and shrinking means. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.